Welcome to Gardening Banana and Milk. This is what I've been up to during quarantine, and if you're fortunate enough to have a garden, I'm sure it's what everyone else has been up to. Hence, what I'm going to start is a little hashtag quarantinegarden. Show me what your garden's like. Let's show each other what we've been up to. Now that lockdown's kind of been lifted to some extent in some ways, show me what you've been up to whilst you've been stuck indoors. I'm going to show you, and we'll start off with what is my pride possession, and that's the lawn. I love doing the lawn. I get to do lines like a football pitch. I feel good. I get to come play football on it after. It was fun. But yeah, it's therapeutic. Got my headphones in, walk up and down the garden, listen to a podcast. It's a good 45 minutes to an hour and a half job, and I do it once a week maybe, twice a week, something like that. I lost something off it today, so you'll see that in the clip, what was annoying. What I'll do is I will show you a little grate tit that we've got in a log over there. It's by a plot, and we'll check the plot out after. And it's nested, so grate tits are burrowing birds. I think that's what Kieran told me. Kieran's my stepbrother, he knows more or less everything about nature. So he told me they're burrowing birds. We've got one in a log over there, and we've actually got one in the corner of the house, which is really freaking cool. But the one in the log you can see, and hopefully if she's feeding or if she's doing something, we'll be able to get a clip of it, and you guys can see how close it is to the log. We try not to disturb as much as possible because we want her and her chicklings to reproduce and live. It would be nice to have more of them around here. Yeah, so we'll go check it out. This is our little plot that I'll take you through later, but the grate tit has made a little nest in the hole of this log, so we can go see the little chicklings. Hopefully, we've definitely seen them before. We try not to disturb too much because obviously we want them to carry on living here because it's cool to have. It's cool to see, but he just dropped off, or she or he, we're not sure which one because they both stick around for the kids. Just dropped off a caterpillar, so it's gonna be the best time to try and see the little ones.
I reckon she's built up a proper nest in there now.
I think she's pushed it all to the back.
And they are properly hunkered down in there.
Yeah.
They won't get up.
So yeah, pretty convenient. We got the grate tit. I'm gonna try and keep my voice down a little bit because she didn't come out the last time, so she's probably staying in there because it's windy. But this is the plot. Kieran dug this out. I helped a little bit with this one. I've done more of the kind of landscaping of the garden, and Kieran did the plot work. So we've got these easy grow mats that are underneath. Kieran de-rooted it all. If you want to come have a look. These are little lettuce seedlings coming through, and you can see a line goes all the way down the plot of them. Once they're a little bit more cemented, we'll kind of go through and rake all the top stuff that's fallen on it, because it was completely clear when we put it down. And this is the mat that we cover them over at night when it's a cold night. Yeah, this has been really fun for me, all of this. As you can tell, there's a lot of root veg in there as well, but it's harder to see when it starts to germinate. But let me show you mine and Kieran's baby boys. The baby boys we've got in the greenhouse. Come on. So at the beginning of lockdown, this was a bit of a mess. We've honestly not used the greenhouse in the longest time, and I've spent a good couple of days clearing it out. I've actually got footage of it, so I'll chuck that in now. And let me introduce you to the baby boys. The baby boys, we've got the leek. So the leek has one little seed there. Spring onions coming through a little bit. Got a couple in there. The rocket, I don't really need to bring for a close-up. The radish is popping. The cucumber is Kieran's favourite. And we're yet to see any action. It looks like there's a little bit of action just under there, but we'll see how that comes. Yellow tomato is probably one of our least successful at the moment. Cherry tomato, you can see just, let me put it in the light there, just a little bit coming through, a couple of white stems. At the back, the green striped tomato is also not looking great, but beefy boy is coming through right at the edge there. This is, it's silly how much fun I'm having with these. Indigo tomato is lacking, but the red striped tomato is the best out of all the tomatoes so far. He is fully popped. Look at that. Pear-shaped tomato. Trying to have a little look. There might be something there, but not certain. Cherry tomato. Yeah, cherry tomato's got a little sign just there at the edge. These have been in for about a week, I think, maybe a bit more. Lettuce is again popping. We got lettuce coming out of our ears at the moment, up here and in the plot, so when these are done we get to transfer them. The rainbow chard, not sure what it is, but it's our favourite coloured one for sure. It's a really like vibrant yellow at the bottom. Round carrot has a tiny bit right at the back there. I'm really intrigued to see how the round carrot comes out. And then the Cavallo Nero, Cavallo Nero. Don't know what it is. It's popping though, and it looks good, and I like them. So yeah. This is our little greenhouse. This is where the baby boys live. Kieran normally waters them in the evenings. Apparently, it's the best time to water them. If you water them when the sun's on it, it can kind of work as a bit of a magnifying glass and kind of wreck some of the leaves. So yeah, let's let them enjoy the sun whilst it's out. So they're the baby boys. We're gonna go into the like more paddocky area. Over here, me and Kieran had to do a little bit of log removal, and me was a little bit more squeamish of insects, spiders, bugs and stuff. But me and Kieran enjoy them. We've made like a little bug hangout, I'm gonna call it. So it's just like a bunch of logs, some moss. This is where the buggy boys hang out. We've made it so like there's basically shelter for the moss to get nice and damp and grow. And it's this dry wood on top, and at the back we'll have like a lot of wood lice that can kind of dig into it when it's dry and rot. And then the wetter it gets, the later in the season, just the better. Like more stuff grows in the wet. We've seen some really cool fungi on here. Like there was some bright yellow stuff and some blue stuff about. It was weird, cool. Kieran moistened it today because there hasn't been much rain at the moment. And the little buggies want some water, so let's let them have some. All right, we're gonna go check out some of like the more landscapey stuff that I've done. So we got these for my granddad for his 97th birthday. He was in the war, so apparently it was appropriate to get him grenades. What happens is you throw them and plants form. So he wanted them to be planted here, what I thought was really sweet. So we're gonna plant them for him, and then whatever grows, that's granddad's flower. It's nice. You think throw it really hard? Yeah. That's what the inside looks like.
Just like,
I'll just show you where we throw them. But yeah, that is granddad's flowers.
nice.
Moisten it up and then put it in. Then like that.
Yeah.
So the landscaping is more to do with like, I've done a lot of jet washing. Jet washing is very satisfying, very mucky work. But I've been able to clear out the back of the garden where we got like this little pergola thing, and it's actually like a bit of a hangout area now, so it's cool. This is my favourite part, the middle bit here. It's basically untouched, but because we've been going over the lawn so much and we've been keeping it contained, a lot of wildflowers have grown there. I desperately need to go through it and kind of de-weed it and just let the wildflowers grow. But I'm putting it off, so that's a future job. This should have really leaf blown it to make it look pretty, but we used it the other day when it was really sunny and it was really good. We haven't used it in a while. Gave these boys a jet wash, gave the whole thing a jet wash. And we got a little log burner that we put away so it doesn't rust away. It's a really cool area. I had to, well, basically hadn't used it properly for a good couple of years, what is completely fair enough because you haven't, especially when you're all of a certain age, you're out of the house in the summer and stuff like that. But now that we're in, gave it a nice clean, gave the wood a bit of a jet wash, got these new lights that are really pretty at night. They're quite dim, but we've got bigger lights so they can just be for aesthetics. Yeah, it's, honestly, when it's popping, this is probably like my favourite place of the garden that I've kind of transformed. It can turn into a really nice chill out cooking area, the barbecue at the back, getting nice. I think that's everything in the garden that I've done major work on. I've done some patio work and stuff like that, but you guys don't want to see that. That is the most creative stuff, so I think we'll leave it there. That has been my garden tour. Obviously I am incredibly privileged to have this garden and I have been so thankful that I've got it because it's just meant I can get out of the house and constantly work in it. If anyone else has got one out there, I'm going to start a hashtag, I'm going to tag a couple of people in it. It's going to be on the Instagram, so I'll leave it down below, and I'm also going to do a little roundup on the Instagram later so you guys can just see it in more snippets. Get out in the garden and show me what you've done during quarantine. Hashtag quarantinegarden. Okay, I'll see you next week. Bye.